everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, subscribe. So it's been a minute since I've done like an actual like makeup tutorial, so here we are. I've gotten a lot of requests in my DMs about doing a Feminize the face makeup tutorial. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to teach you how with makeup to give yourself the more feminine look. Like, makeup is makeup. You can do whatever you want with makeup. There's not really any rules to it. But like changing your face, changing the dimensions and everything, that's a different story. Those do have rules to it. So we're going to hop into it. This is going to be a little different too, because before when I would do my makeup, I was literally like restructuring my face, but because I've been on hormones, and if you are new to this channel, hi, I'm transgender. It's been 6 months of hormonal replacement therapy, so my face has been rounding out, so it looks more feminine. So I do things a little differently, but the technique should still work for you. So whether you are fair, whether you are deep skinned, like whatever you are, as long as you follow the technique, it'll work. And whatever products you got, you may not have the same products as I do, that's okay. That's okay. Work with what you got. I'm going to use what I have, and yeah, so let's start. Okay, so I'm taking my NYX Bear With Me spray, and then I'm spraying my face. So this is like a set and priming spray. So I use it first to prime, and then I set with it later. And then for my foundation, I do something a little different. If you are an OG to my channel, I would usually spray my face, put on my foundation, and then start doing my contouring. I do things a little differently now, so this will be new to everyone. So I use a BB cream now from L'Oreal. It is in Light Clair. The shade is Light Clair. And then I also use a glow lotion from L'Oreal, and it's in Light Glow 902. And I mix the two. I do more of the BB cream, and make sure like you just want like a nice amount, enough to cover the face, but not enough that it's like too much, which I have done before. I'm gonna put just like a teensy bit of that glow lotion in with that, then I'm gonna mix it all together. So I'm going to be really nice to my skin because I went camping and I thought I put sunscreen all over myself, but I guess I missed some spots. And I burnt really bad on my left side. And like my hair, I just got my hair braided too. So not only did this side burn, but so did the partings on my head. And this is the first time that the skin that's like exposed, that was its first time seeing sun. So right here earlier today when I was wiping off my makeup, some dead skin was coming off. Oh, I still see some too. So skincare tip, take care of yourself. Because usually when I sunburn, it immediately turns into a tan just because like I'm half Samoan, so it happens. But I guess I burnt it a little too good because damn. So taking a damp sponge, I am now going to be going into my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade, I don't know what shade I'm in. What shade am I in? Light to medium. And I'm going to be brightening around my face. So as you can see, the BB cream kind of gave me one color to work with on my face right now, so I have a blank canvas to work with. Now I'm going to be doing what's called reverse contouring, and I'm going to be careful with how I place it because I do want to get the feminine look, which is what we're trying to do, right? So I'm going to try to round out my face by doing the reverse contour. I will contour a teensy bit later, but right now we're just trying to get the feel for it. So if you think about women, the more feminine look is a round face. So when you do your contour, you also don't want to like drag your face down. If you ever watch RuPaul's Drag Race, a lot of the queens do a really good job with their makeup, but there are a couple where their faces look like it's getting dragged. And like their cheeks just look heavy. You don't want that. You don't want to look like... Have you ever seen Hansel and Gretel? Or like Snow White with the witch chasing her? You don't want to look like that. So you just want to lift the face and make sure that you're giving it the round effect. And when you do this part, you also want to bring this in a little bit into the nose, just a tad, just to give it more of a narrow shape, because most women, and it depends across races too, but most women have a more narrow nose, so that's kind of the effect that you want. So you make it narrow, and then by highlighting the center, it helps it poke out a little bit, kind of giving the illusion that your big nose isn't actually big. Brightening underneath the eye, you want to make sure that you're giving your cheeks the round effect. I'm going to bring this up just because I did peel earlier, but I'm just lightly blending up. And then tip while you're dabbing and blending, don't go like but you want to be like boop, 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 boop. And you don't want to blend the brightness like too out. So I'm concentrating it right here and then just slowly diffusing it on the sides so that it just looks nice and blended. And then just to shade this out just a tad, whatever product I have left, lightly tapping around where I just highlighted. And I am going to go back in with my powder. But yeah. Now a bigger tip, and I'm too lazy to do this, if you want to color correct and get rid of your mustache if you have one, do that, but I'm too lazy for that. So here where I have my concealer, it's dried up a little bit, so I'm going to drag it out a little bit, but I'm going to start bringing it up just a tad, okay, so I can get my rounded cheeks. So I'm kind of tapping in like a motion, kind of like a J, so like down, up. See that? Curve up. And again, you want to make sure that you're lifting the face, not that you're dragging it. Now when it comes to eyeshadow and lipstick and whatnot, anything that will help make your eyes bigger and make your lips bigger, because women do tend to have bigger eyes than men do typically. You want to give off that effect, but literally you could do whatever kind of eye look you want. If you want to do like a soft look, go for that. If you want to do like something crazy, go for that. It's mostly when you're trying to have a more feminine look rather than a masculine look, it's all about the facial structure. So I'm going to focus more on that. Whatever you want to do with your eyeshadow, you do that, but I'm going to show you like the facial specifically. So now I'm going to go into my Nikita Dragon palette. This is the face palette, and I'm going to be using these two shades together to further my contour. I like to look like a Snapchat filter, so that's what we're gonna do. You want to focus this part more so on the upper end and the outside, because you want to frame the face. So that's what we're gonna do. So I tap. I don't like to really drag, because dragging can disrupt the base that you just put down. It's like all that hard work that you just did with your blending, with your sponge, with your liquid foundation or BB cream, whatever. It'll lift it off, so I like to tap that way so I'm getting the pigment in. And honestly, the way how I've been learning to do makeup, watching videos like this helps, but also just look up pictures of like face beats that just look crazy good and just try to mimic those. So like something that I've noticed is the makeup looks that I like specifically, they always have the shades here and also from the eye into like this top half corners of the face, if that makes sense. They literally just structure it, and as they turn, it looks nice and it's all blended. So it's all about blending and pigment placement, really. Now see, if you're going for a masculine look, you wouldn't do this because this is making the face appear smaller. But for a feminine face, that's what you want to do. So doing that. And you don't want to bring it in too far into the face, because literally, again, we're structuring. What we are going to do to bring it into the face is bring it on the side of the nose just to make it appear smaller. So you see that? You just kind of go swipe, swipe, and on the tip, like this. And women's noses typically do have more of a lift than men do. Typically. Not all, because everyone has a different face. But typically that's what happens. So you kind of want to lift it up, and you can do that by creating a shadow with your contour. See? And this way, your face has a little bit more dimension in the center. Like you can be like, oh, that's a nose. And if you get messy with it, it's okay. Just take your beauty blender and just go like, clean up, clean up. Where did that song come from? Clean up, da 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 da. I think that's a Primary song. I don't know if you can tell, but with the contouring and by giving my face slanted motions, so not this way like Trixie Mattel, but up, and like if you smile and you see your cheeks, you kind of want that to get pulled up, if that makes sense. So you go like this, and you want to make sure like this is where you're putting your contour, because if you put it lower, like right here, then your cheeks look even bigger. You don't want that. You want to give it the lift. You want to take your time with this. If you're doing like an everyday look, this might get exhausting. Find something that works quicker. Skip some steps. I will be going back and retouching up some areas as I'm putting on product. But yeah, do what you gotta do. So I'm going to take this other thing from Dragon Beauty. It is the Transformation Kit, I think, or Transformation Powder. And it's the brightening powder. One of these powders, I don't know which one it is. One of them blurs and the other one brightens. I use them both. So I just dipped into the pink and the yellow a couple times, and I'm going to brighten right underneath my eye. This is eyes. And I don't want to go too far because I do want this part to look a little bit more awake but more open at the same time. Because if I drag it too far this way, I just ruin my contour, so why do that? And while I'm at it, I also get my nose. Just clean up a little bit on the ends. So you see how I just basically focus in like this area specifically? That's what you want to do. So almost like a triangle, but again, round face, round features, that's what we want. As well as brightening specifically right here. Now something to notice is with men do have a more prominent brow bone than women do. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're kind of flattening out right here. Like contouring helps to bring things in, and then brightening kind of helps bring things out. So you kind of want to try and mimic that. And this technique for me, this is what works for me. It may not work for you, but just follow kind of your facial structure, see what you want to shave off and what you want to bring to the face, and do that. So with this powder, I was literally just kind of cleaning up right over here. I'm going to go back over with a contour and kind of bronze a little bit after I put on my blush. But I'm also going to fix the jawline just a tad. Yeah. So yes, I just cleaned this up and it looks a little bit more sharper, but by blending in later, it's going to look more cohesive. So this next part, I'm going to add blush, but from an eyeshadow palette. I have a specific look that I want to do for today because I'm filming a different video after this. But literally, with the eyes and lips, do whatever you want. You can do whatever kind of pigment, but you do want to bring dimension to the eyes, make them look bigger. So I will show you in a second, but let's do the blush first. So I am going for a more purpley look. So I'm going to go into my Zodiac palette into the color Sagittarius, and with this blush brush, I'm going to dip into it. And I know this eyeshadow, and I know for me, with my specific palette that I bought, it may be different for other people. Consistency, production companies, please. But all these other shadows in here, like I literally tap once and it's a lot of pigment, but this one I had to work harder for. So anyways, I'm going to use that to get myself blush. And depending on your face shape, what I like to do to feminize my face even further is bring the cheeks even more up, but bring a little bit of color to it because it's a little bit more feminine. So I'm going to focus more so on the apple parts, like if you smile, like right here. Not so much like right here. I mean, I guess you could, but that's not the look I'm going for. I want to further structure my face. So going right above that contour and focusing the pigment up here and bringing it up. And later on, I will probably be going back with my brightening powder just to further blend it all together. And again, tip with blush and contouring. If you have Snapchat and you have filters that you like, literally just study what the filters do to your face and just mimic it with makeup. I know for some people, like, it's kind of impossible to be like, I don't know how to recreate something like that. Me, when it comes to makeup and music, I can hear something or I can see something and I can do a pretty good job of recreating it. If it's drawing, hell no. Like, I don't have that talent. When it comes to painting the face, I can do a pretty okay job. But yeah, lately I've just been like studying what my face looks like with the filters and then going from there. So going back in with my Nikita Dragon palette, I'm going to focus more with this color, boop boop. And this is more so because I wanted to add just a tad bit of contrast, just to blend things in a little bit more. I'm just focusing right here from the blush and bringing it up. Again, just to further round off the face. Now, if this is too much makeup for you, that's okay. Do whatever you want. For me, this is the look I'm going for, so this is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm going to start going into my eyeshadow and my lips. Now, I'm gonna do something a little different than what most people do. I'm not gonna be using actual eyeshadow on my eyes except for a highlighter. I'm gonna be using lipstick, but whatever you decide to do, you can skip watching this part or you can watch it, but I'm gonna include it into the video just so that you can see how I do it. But literally do whatever you want. As long as you bring dimension. You want to keep more pigment on the outside of the eye, that way so you can make it bigger. So that's what I'm going to do with the lipstick. You'll see. Okay, so using this brush from, it's an eye smudge brush from Bamboo Naturals. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild lipstick. It's like the liquid catsuit in Acai So Serious. Acai is the fruit. So what I'm going to be doing, and you want to work fast with this because it is lipstick, so it dries kind of quick. I'm going to take it and put it on the outside of my eyes, like right here. Boop, boop, boop. That's enough for now. I'm going to go back and add, but right now I just need to blend this out. So again, if you're using powders, same idea. Make sure that your pigment is more so on the outside of the eye. And make sure that you blend, blend, blend. So I'm going to blend it up into my crease. That way so I can make my eyes a little bit bigger. And I'm going to wing it out. Because again, making my eyes bigger. Now depending if you have more almondy eyes like myself, or if you have more rounded eyes, this part, honestly, I don't have the best advice for you on what kind of eye shape you have. But whatever you notice makes your eyes look bigger, go with that. And ask for other people's opinions. Ask them like, hey, how does this look? And ask for their honest opinion. And don't get butt hurt. There are times that I would go to work and everyone would say, wow, your makeup looks so good. And then I walk into the bathroom and I have one winged eyeliner going like this and the other one going like that. Liars. So ask for people's opinion on if it looks good, if it's working. And go to honest people, okay? And then just take the advice and practice. So now that I blended that out, I'm going to add some more pigment, but I want it on the outside because, again, trying to make my eyes appear bigger. Probably not going to do eyeliner. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll show you a trick with mascara on how to make your eyes look bigger. Putting some more pigment all over here. And when I blend, I'm going to focus more on my outer V. And I will show you what your outer V is if you don't know. Here's kind of like the eye shape, right? I'm going to blend this more into my outer V just because I need to make it bigger. To get that more feminine look. And again, if you are following every step that I'm doing, if you are using a liquid lipstick on your eyes, just work really fast because it does dry pretty quick. Side tip, look straight forward every so often while doing your eyeshadow because it will help you to see what your eyeshadow will look like while your eyes are open. And then if you notice that you got a little too messy, because I noticed this side is pretty okay, but that side, ooh. I'm going to take my sponge again, and it still has product on it. I should probably wash it. But I'm going to use whatever product I have left to kind of clean it up. So I'm going to follow the natural shape of my eye. So if I look forward, how it swoops up like that, this is where I need to clean off. So I'm just going to take my sponge and just follow that eye shape. And I'm just dabbing. I'm not going just dabbing. That does a good cleanup. Now if you want something a little bit more crisp and not so faded and blended, you could just take your concealer or your foundation or whatever and take a flat brush like this and use it against the eye and like literally like one swipe and it's clean. You just want to make sure that you have like a nice line then blend it out or like dab it out. So that's if you want a more crisp look. I'm going for a more blended look. So that's what I'm gonna do. Remember that tip from earlier? So again, like with this similar look, if you want to use color on your eyes, then I did. So mine is more like a purpley look, purple, magenta, whatever. You can use color, or if you just want to just shape your eyes, you can literally use your contour and bronzer to do the work, or even your blush, really. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna do like a tad bit of eyeliner, but it's just to make this part look bigger. There is a video that I found earlier. I'll include it in the description box below, but it showed what kind of eyeliner shapes you use, how it makes your eyes look different. So I want to make mine big, but also like nice and elongated and like 30. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this from NYX. It is in the matte liquid liner. Now this kind of product I despise because I have to dip. I prefer felt tip pens, but out of all the products that I have so far, this one does not smudge and I can make pretty thin lines with this, so I'm going to use it. So again, I'm going to focus the pigment more so on the outside. I'm going to try to wing it out in a diagonal. Try is the word. See how that already did a little something? Yeah. Now if you want an in-depth tutorial on how to use eyeliner and do cat eyes and wings and everything, I have a whole video on that. I'll also put that in the description box below. But I'm just going to do it right now to save time. But if you want to learn how to do it like really good, go watch that video. So if you can see with the eyeliner, it helped bring my eyes out more, which is what you want. The feminine look is bigger eyes, so by putting pigment with the eyeshadow more on the outside and then bringing this out, we achieved that. So now whatever mascara you got, use it. I prefer something that can help make my eyes a little bit more full and bushy. If you wanted to use fake eyelashes, you can. Just make sure that when you do your fake eyelashes, that instead of placing them right in the center like this, you want to bring them out a little bit towards the outside just to make the eyes have more like a... When I do this part, I always focus more on the outer portion of my eye. So I'm going to focus my pigment placement and going in like an upward motion while twisting but also shaking it. I'm gonna get what I need. And if you get too much on the bottom lash, that's okay. You can just literally take your finger and just kind of like, So as you can see, paired with the winged eyeliner and doing your mascara more on the outside of the eye, it gives it more of a bigger look, almost like the fox eye that's going around right now. But this is the idea that you want. Now for some highlighter. Highlighter, it depends on you what you want. I want a slight bit of a glow, but also I want to do something with my eyelids. I tried this last night, so I'm gonna do it. With my Zodiac palette still, I'm gonna take the shade Cancer on my flat brush. I'm going to focus it more so in the inner corner, bring it into the lid, almost giving like a cut crease illusion. And I am kind of placing and swiping, blending it into my eye a little tad, just whoop, whoop. There we go. You see the difference? I don't know if you can see on camera. We shall see later. And if you are following me like step by step, I'm kind of stopping where my pupil's at. So another thing that a lot of people do is that they will highlight underneath the brow bone. I don't really want to do it. If you want to learn how to do it, literally watch any makeup video that's on YouTube and most people do it. I just don't want to because I want the focus more so to be on the eyelid with the highlight. Now taking a highlighter brush from e.l.f., this fluffy one, I'm going to dip into Cancer once, go right on the cheek and just patting it in and focusing more where I want the light to hit. And where I am trying to get the more feminine look, I want this to help lift the cheeks. So I'm not going to blend too far down my cheeks, like down here like I usually do, but I want to focus it right here. And to blend it in with the purple blush I used earlier, I'm going to go back into my Nikita Dragon palette and blend it. I'm just kind of highlighting the lip. Take this and like a little bit on the nose. Whoop, whoop. But I really want that to lift. Now to blend that in with the blush. With the same brush that I used to use as my, with the same brush that I used to bronze earlier, I'm going to use that, take Baby Girl, boop boop, and literally just blend it over top of the highlight and the blush from earlier. I may go back in with the blush that I used earlier or the eyeshadow that I used earlier as blush, just to bring back that color a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. But this is just to blend everything together. Literally, as well as trying to make your face look more feminine to make it look nice, you want to blend, 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 blend. So going back into Sagittarius with my blush brush, boop, boop. And right underneath it, almost with my contour, and just re-adding that pigment. And literally, pigment is the name of the game. Like, anytime if you're like, oh, this isn't showing up on my face, pigment, just add more pigment. Now, if you are deeper skinned and there's a product that's not really working for your face, literally hop to a different brand that has a formula that will work for you and play around with it and see if that will work better. Because there are plenty of different brands like Juvia's, Pat McGrath. I don't use them because I use mostly drugstore stuff. But if there's a different brand that works better for your skin tone, if there's a product that has better pigment, go for that. Now, if you're more fair, be careful with pigment. Okay, so we're almost done, ladies and gents and everyone in between. I do not know how to do eyebrows. I have very bushy eyebrows naturally. I don't know if that's because I'm trans and was born in a male body, so my body does produce more hair, or if it's the fact that I am half Samoan. I don't know. But they're very bushy, so what I do, if you have the same situation like I do, I just taper them, I pluck them, thread them, the works, and I just lay a gel over it. I do try to clean off the product that I accidentally got onto my brows. So I use this from e.l.f. It's literally $2. It is a brow and lash duo. It is a clear brow and lash mascara. And honestly, I use the brow side first because it's for the brows, but honestly, I think they do the exact same thing. Okay, I think that's good. Next, going back in with that same lipstick that I used on my eyes. Gonna use that on my lips. Now see, with my lips, where I am half Samoan, I already just have big lips. Me and my brothers all have big lips, so I just coat my lips. I have tried to do the overdraw on my lips. Bitch, I looked botched. So I'm not doing that ever again. No, I'm pretty satisfied with what I got on. I'm just gonna throw on a lip gloss. So I'm using Victoria's Secret, and I'm using Caramel Kiss. And that's it. That lipstick with this lip gloss, though. Come for me, try to. Now set everything. Maybe don't use as much as me. Now going back in with my product, I'm going to take this and I'm literally just going to go tap, tap, tap on my arm a little bit. So I'm going to circular motions very softly, and right here blend that in together. Oh, you see what that did? It's so subtle, but it's nice. Again, circular motions right here, up. See that? How that looks nice? It's the subtle things. And the reason why I do this is because, like, if I didn't do this and if I was just looking forward, the contour and the blush look amazing, but the second that I turn, it's like, so this is just to help soften it and blend it out a little bit more. And that's about it. That's how you feminize the face. Changing my outfit real quick. There we go. So I hope this helped. Literally, when it comes to makeup and trying to feminize the face, you just want to make your face as rounded as you can. Be careful about sharp lines. Like, if you have watched Drag Race and you know Trixie Mattel, her makeup is intentionally stupid where it's so good, and she has like a clear-cut line that just goes this way. You don't want that. It's good for drag and it's good for Trixie Mattel, but if you were just trying to make your face look nice and like feminized and rounded and everything, what you want to do is go with more of a J shape, so like down and up with the cheek. Because if you smile, see how it's like rounded right here and then it goes up? That's what you want. And with women, again, you want to make your face smaller. So by contouring on the sides and placing pigment more so like right here, brightening right here, again rounding off right here, chiseling it in, that helps. Bringing the nose in a little bit more, helping it poke off the face a little bit. That helps bring the feminine look. Bigger eyes, bigger lips. That helps a lot too. So it just kind of depends on your face shape. If you have a longer face shape, try not to bring it in too far. Maybe bring your, whoa, I'm in front of the camera, hi. Bring your face more in. The rounder you can get your face, the more feminine it's going to look. So whether you are a transgender woman and you're trying to look more cis-passing, this will help. If you are trying to get into drag, this will help. If you're just experimenting with makeup and you want to try on makeup and you just want to try it, this will help. So again, with makeup, there's literally no rules with it, but if there's a specific look that you're trying to achieve, then there are some rules to it. So like specifically with feminizing the face, this helps. I have noticed that before I started my transition, when I could achieve this, I was cis-passing. Now with hormones and still doing the exact same technique but better, my makeup before was yikes. I'm a lot more cis-passing now. So if this helped you, please let me know. And for everyone that was requesting, you're welcome. So if you like this video, give it a good thumbs up and then comment down below about whatever else you would like to see. I will take requests, and this was requested. I was running out of makeup ideas, and then 3 or 4, a lot of DMs later from different people, and here we are. So you got the power to ask for whatever content, though. And then don't forget to subscribe so that you're updated on more content, and then I'll see you all the next time.